Hi, everyone. At first, I just want to, this is amazing that so many people showed up for Chuck and Ashley, so thank you guys for coming. I'm sure that they're going to tell you that too. But Ashley has been putting up with me for longer than anyone other than my blood relatives, so kudos to you.
It's easy.
Ashley and I have been friends since we were in 5th grade, and I didn't get to meet Chuck when they first started dating, which is probably best because I would have been like, no one's good enough for you. Because we were in college and we kind of went our own ways for a little while, and then we grew back together, and it was like we never skipped a beat at all. And the first time I met Chuck, I was like, oh no. Not because of anything bad that he did, but because he's the only significant other of any of my friends that I don't think I could take in a fight. And I was like, if he screws up, I don't think I can do this. And I have to say that out of everybody that any of my friends have ever fallen in love with, he is absolutely, hands down, been the best partner to Ashley. And I can't thank him enough because I wouldn't be able to give her away otherwise. And I think up until today, I would have said that Ashley is the great love of my life. But I'm so happy that you guys found each other and that you guys are the great loves of each other's lives. And I am just so happy that Ashley, after everything that you've gone through and all of the obstacles that you faced in your whole life, you guys found each other, and I couldn't have asked for a better partner for Ashley. So take really good care of her, because otherwise I'm going to have to become a strong man and learn how to fight. And I don't think I'll look near as good. So congratulations to both of you. I love you so much, and I wish you guys all the happiness in the world. And I'm still going to be around all the time, so you married me too.
Yes. Yes. Agreed.
Now introducing Katie, Ashley's sister. She's amazing.
Okay. All right, well, I started my speech out with, for those of you who don't know, I'm Ashley's sister, Katie. But Olivia took it
Everybody
from me.
knows now.
I'm not nearly as funny as Olivia, and I'm a crybaby, so I might cry, but just bear with me. I tried to keep it short and sweet, so I didn't cry. But I said I won't go on and on, but I just want to express how incredibly proud I am of Ashley. I'm more than lucky to call her my older sister. It seems like just yesterday we were sneaking out of the garage to get midnight sprites, and now today you're the most beautiful bride I've ever seen. We have fought our way to the top, and I hope you can see that too. I'm so happy you found Chuck and now have made him my brother. I couldn't pick out a better partner for you if I wanted to. You've always deserved this life, and I'm so honored I get to be next to you on this day and for the rest of the days. And thank you, everybody, for making the long trip up here, and I hope you guys have a lot of fun tonight. That's it. That's all I got.
Thank you guys so much for coming. I'm so honored to be here. I wrote this down. I've been working this for a while. All right. For those of you who've been blessed to know Chuck Northrup, I'm sure you've learned, as I have, that Chuck doesn't have dreams. He has pending realities. And I'm equally certain that those of you who have spent time with Chuck probably have some incredible adventures that you could tell. When I first met Chuck, I had just turned 11. My father had returned from the war, a hero, broken and penniless. And I, no longer this nomadic military brat, and I was now in this new school, homeless and friendless. And the only adventures I'd ever been on were the ones I read in books. I'd laid the rest, the ideals of invincible heroes, inside the sepulchres of childhood, where I'd buried Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, and happily ever after. I had once believed, a long time ago, that reality was something that happened to you. Reality was this indomitable gravity that grounded all your winged dreams. It was a pernicious despair that just wrings out the color of the world when you get older. But then this bleak outlook changed, because suddenly I was approached by this little redheaded child who asked me while I was sitting alone on the swing, "Hey, do you like Pokemon?" My earliest realization that Chuck had this superpower to forge his own reality was when we were in middle school, and he said, seemingly out of the blue to me, that he was going to farm and raise exotic reptiles. At first I thought, oh, as a career, that's cool, whatever, And then, no, he meant right now. Of course I thought, okay, all right. But then I witnessed this guy throw himself into this desire 100%. He studied and educated himself. He sought mentors. And finally, one day, Chuck said, "Hey, let me show you my reptiles." And I was like, "You're what now?" In a few minutes, I stood beside Chuck in a shed filled with glass containers housing venomous snakes. I learned that. Constrictors, and a baby alligator. It was this menagerie of dreams that he had plucked out of his mind and made it real. And this wouldn't be the first and the last time that Chuck would show me that life was whatever I wanted it to be, and reality was not a cumbersome yoke of pessimism masquerading as hard truth. When we were in high school, Chuck joined this wrestling team and fell in love with building his strength and broadening his physical limits. And post-high school, again, Chuck seemingly woke up one day and decided that he was going to be a pro wrestler like the guys on WWE. I thought, okay, come on now. Now again, I watched Chuck seek out mentors and pour himself into this passion, and one day I found myself in the front row of a cheering crowd as my best friend appeared from behind a curtain, transformed into his wrestling alter ego, Oblivion. I lent my voice to the roaring cheers calling for Oblivion's end, and watched with, pained sympathy as Chuck pretzeled his opponent into submission as he had done every other obstacle in the way of his goals. It was inspiring. Chuck made me feel like anything was possible. Maybe even my dreams could come true because of Chuck, I threw myself into a project that started in high school, and I published my first book when I graduated college. Thank you. Holding that first copy of the book in my hand, I thought to myself, this must be what Chuck feels like every day. As we get older, Chuck hit us again with another seemingly out-of-the-blue goal. I'm going to compete in strongman competitions and outlift pros. By this time, I have learned not to underestimate my brother. I just thought, I have no idea how you're going to accomplish this, but I'm going to enjoy the ride as I see you succeed at this. And of course, I found myself, again, at one of Chuck's events as he was bear hugging boulders and bench pressing trucks. I could go on, but my point is to you, Ashley. When Chuck woke up one day and decided, I'm going to be her husband, I want you to know what that means. It means he's going to throw himself into a passion 100%. It means he's going to spirit you away on a beautiful cruise and propose to you on a cliffside overlooking the sea. It means he's going to drive his best friends to Minneapolis and have 2 meticulously manicured twins, or custom make them suits so that they can stand next to him and witness his love for you. It means that he's going to marry you in a beautiful Viking ceremony in a castle overlooking a lake on Friday the 13th. Because if you haven't been listening, the only luck in the world is the one that you make. It means you will never wonder your worth again. You will never be alone again. You will hope again. I stand here as a witness to the miracles of Chuck Northrup. Heroes are real, and your adventures, my darling, have just begun. Cheers to Mr. and Mrs. Northrup.
Here's your first dance for the new Mr. and Mrs. Northrup.
Higher, lips of sorrow.